What's up? Notary Ninja here, and this episode is Notary Kool-Aid. All right, guys, what's up? Now, if you know me, you know that I am a proponent of a couple of things. One is that you should increase your skill set, you should get some more learning for sure. But I'm also an advocate of not unnecessarily spending your money or maybe spending your money on things that are a little bit ridiculous. So, today's episode we call Notary Kool-Aid. We are going to go over a little bit of Notary Kool-Aid. Okay, so here we go. We have got, right now I am on the California League of Independent Notaries site, CLIN, they call it, and this is run by Mr. Matthew Miller out of California. Now, to his credit, Matthew Miller has co-authored the book, The Apostille Agent Survival Guide, which is actually with Judy Lawrence, the self-proclaimed Apostille Queen. That's a pretty dang good book, to be honest with you. Now, right here we have these nefarious characters here are call themselves the Notary Business Builders, and they are none other than the likes of Bill Soroka, Jen Neitzel, and Laura Biewer, if I'm saying that right. So let me give you a breakdown real quick. So Mr. Bill Soroka is the notary coach, and he has a book called Sign and Thrive. It is actually also a really good book for signing agents. Pretty good book, very well put together. Now, Laura Biewer, other than her notoriety, I don't really know much about any of her training or anything, so I'm not even going to pretend to. And the other character we have here is Jen Neitzel. She owns Signing Agent Marketing. The gist of her song and dance is to market to title companies by way of kind of dropping in on them and buttering them up with goodies and stuff like that. That's kind of her thing, is the drop in. So that method works. It's definitely not my cup of tea or cup of Kool-Aid, if you will, but that does work. I mean, those are viable methods, and Bill has a podcast and he has some pretty interesting ideas on there, so I'm not going to discredit them with that. However, this latest brainchild that I am looking at is laughable at best. So they have gotten together and decided to construct what they call the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent, uh, which is no such thing until right now. So on Mr. Matt Miller's site, he wrote the new boom, the trust delivery agent. Well, I doubt it's a new boom. It's kind of been a thing. To be perfectly honest with you, in my business, I have made way more money off the general public and off of all our ancillary services than I ever have as a signing agent. So I don't know that that's a boom or it's just a fact of life if you market your business the right way. Now, on the flip side of the notary Kool-Aid, we've got Mr. Mark Wills, of course, who is, to be perfectly fair, the biggest name in the notary industry, in the notary niche. He is the most known man. He has the most followers. I actually recently wrote a couple blogs about him. I wrote them on Medium, um, if you care to take a look at them. And I was fair. I wasn't caustic with Mr. Wills, but I did write a kind of the history of him. I call it the rise and fall of the loan signing system. And I am basically telling you kind of where he came from, where he got started, what he's got going on, and more or less what is wrong with with what he's got, what's wrong with that right now. So this is that blog if you want to go check that out on Medium. I kind of talk about his business model versus my business model. So, but again, I'm fair to him, and let's be perfectly honest here. He is, again, the biggest name in the notary niche. Um, he has probably, by my calculations, made over $14 million in notary courses. Now, which of course begs the question, if it is a down market and not really a good time to be a signing agent, and you have made this incredible amount of money as a signing agent, would you tell anybody to quit buying your system? Would you tell anybody it was a bad time to get into your system? Of course you would not do that. Of course you wouldn't. You would just be like, well, nothing to see here. And so at least I can say for the notary trust business builders here and their trust delivery agent mind screw that it is, to be nice about it. At least they are acknowledging that offering other variations to your notary service is necessary and viable, especially in the down real estate markets. Now, the as part of your Notary Trust Delivery Agent certification, you get listed on Gotary.com. That's actually clever. This is interesting. Notary fingerprinting, apostille, efficient field inspections. Wonder where we've seen that before. I'm not going to do a breakdown of this directory at all. It is hosted on Brilliant Directories, which is called Brilliant Directories for a reason. However, you've already seen me tell you how to size up a directory and determine whether or not it's competent in Google's eyes. I'm not going to go there. You can figure that out for yourself. The short answer is no, it's not. But and it's highly unlikely that you're going to see any relevant number of estate attorneys or elder law attorneys going to Gotary to hire a notary to certifiably deliver their trust. Now, is it a good idea to be familiar with estate documents and trust documents so that you can execute them properly? Of course. Does anybody give a fly and flip about whether you're a certified trust delivery agent? No, this is just something they've manufactured. They went together and had their little group think and decided to manufacture a course, which, to be fair, is only $197. So that's really inexpensive for the training. But this is not going to benefit you having this certification quantifiably. It looks like their site's not even loading. Let me try it again. So that is up. There it is. The Notary Coach. There's his site. Get certified as a trust delivery agent. And looks like Kajabi, smells like Kajabi because it's Kajabi. He's using a good platform. So this is their latest spiel. And you know, if you're in Florida, you definitely shouldn't be doing anything like this. You should be preparing and selling those trusts to clients and not delivering them for attorneys for $100. That is just my take on it, though. So that is that. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the who to follow. So told you a little bit about Bill and his book and these other characters and their training, and of course Mr. Wills, who again is the biggest name. But let me tell you who I pop in on, because they actually have some they aren't regurgitating the same malarkey, the same loan signing malarkey, or just talking about that, or they aren't they've got fresh ideas. They are people that impress me much, that I kind of pop in on periodically. I'm going to tell you, one of them is Notary Nerd. And so shout out to Notary Nerd. If you want to return the favor, that's great. If you don't, no big deal. I'm just telling the truth anyway. She has got some good quality videos and some quality information. She has got long form content. I mean, if you want to do a deep dive, her videos, she's got long form stuff on there, but it's very informative, very in depth, very fresh. It's not the same regurgitated nonsense about the signing systems and the signing agent stuff that the one trick notary pony thing. She's got some very unique ideas that she implements. Some stuff is entirely similar to what we do, only her spin on how she's using it is different. But so Notary Nerd, go check that one out. Go check her out. Another guy, another character who is very cool, and that he has a podcast. He has the War Room, Notary War Room, and it's Mr. Tiger Toledo. I have read his books. Tiger has Rise of the Smart Notary. Very interesting perspective on the notary industry. Um, some of his his podcast or his stream can run a little long as well, but like here, this one is an hour and 18, but and he'll interview people, and he has some pretty fresh ideas. He is definitely an outside the box kind of guy. There you are, the notary war room, outside the box ideas as they pertain to the notary industry. So he is not singing the same regurgitated nonsense that is out there, the cold calling nonsense. I see this. See, like Mark Wills, he has created all of these different Facebook groups, and he has brand ambassadors for those Facebook groups. And those Facebook groups are strong with the notary Kool-Aid. So much so that I constantly see stuff like, I don't need a website because I'm just a signing agent, or I'm just gonna my marketing method is just cold calling title companies all day. And that's just it's a little bit, it's kind of comical from where I sit. But so these are some people to drop in on Notary Nerd, Tiger Toledo. Get some fresh perspective on the industry from people who, for all for all purposes, are uh, leaders in the industry. They're just unknown leaders. They're just not as known as those other characters that are they're just kind of spinning up notary Kool-Aid. Getting a certified trust agent certificate is ridiculous in my mind. Understanding the trust and being familiar with them, if you can get training to do that, good, go for it. Uh, Having that certification isn't going to do you any good. Now you might say, hey, well, wait a minute, Mark, you've got this Ladybird certification. Yes, and I openly tell you that the whole point of the certification is to have a lapel pin that is a conversation driver that allows you to cross sell. So I'm very upfront about why that exists. I'm not acting like it's something you have to have or need to have. You don't even have to have my Ladybird training. You can figure it out if you want to do it on your own. I just help you shortcut the process a little bit, which is the whole point of courses and training and books, is to collapse time. It's to speed up the process. But if you're short on funds, then and you're long on time, then you can invest the time to get the education to learn that kind of stuff. So it's a trade-off either way. Uh, but if you are selling something that is wholly redundant or unnecessary, or in today's market, the efficacy of it is incredibly low, I have a little bit of a problem with that. That's all. That's the message for today. Beware of the notary Kool-Aid. The Notary Ninja will be coming at you again soon with some more fresh content. Take it easy, guys.